Hi! I'm live! Oh my god, this is actually working. I want to... Oh, I can't rotate! It's not letting me rotate! I am so sorry! I should have rotated before I hit live. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm just gonna wait to see if anybody joins. I really hope people join and I'm not just here sitting alone right before a storm. It's pretty much all I can do for a video right now. I'll explain why. I swear. So we're gonna be talking ghost stuff. Because I started my own paranormal group. Yay! So I'm gonna be like talking about like basics of paranormal and stuff like that. We're a minute in, nobody's joined. I don't know if anybody will. I kind of just randomly decided to hop on here. Let's just go ahead and start talking about stuff because this video is going to be going up on my channel even afterwards, so I don't necessarily have to wait for anybody, but I mean, it would be nice. It would be very nice. So, I started my own paranormal group, and I'm basically going to be kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I can hear it starting to drizzle. I hope it may get worse. And I already, like, I have an umbrella thingy here, because I'm at this porch table thing in the backyard, and I might have to open up the umbrella. So, we'll see. But Vegas rain, usually it doesn't do much more than this, although we did get a good downpour earlier. That was awesome. We got nice heavy rains a lot earlier today, and it was lightning, thunder, it was beautiful, it was wonderful, and it's still super gloomy and pretty out, as you can see, thankfully for auto adjust. But yeah, it's been a very beautiful day, and it's been raining off and on, more so drizzling off and on. I call it spitting, because to me a drizzle is like a steady light rain. But yeah, anyway, back to paranormal talk. Let's not talk about weather. That's small talk crap. So yeah, paranormal investigating. Sorry if you hear my father in the background. I really want my paranormal group to definitely be very science-based and evidence-based, and I'm just gonna go ahead and crank open this. Oh wait, I was doing it the wrong way. Am I doing it the wrong way? Nope, I was doing it the right way. Open, there we go, haha. And it hit me in the head, because I'm a genius. I should just leave this open. Why did I close it? And I'm getting notifications, because people don't understand when I say I'm live, that's a way of me saying, leave me alone. I'm just kidding. So yeah, definitely my group, I want it to be evidence and science-based, so that way it kind of helps contribute to paranormal investigating in that sense of providing evidence to prove that, you know, paranormal activity exists, which is basically just things that are unexplainable by logical standards. By like saying like, oh, there's electrical problems, or oh, it's just other people in the house, or this, that, their other. It's just definitely more in that sense of actually putting a label on something. And I know a lot of people aren't necessarily into labels, especially in today's day and age. However, when it comes to the entirety of paranormal activity, paranormal investigating, it's actually really important to put a label on it, because there's a lot of the times, like even with myself, we don't get paid to do paranormal investigating. And in fact, groups that charge to paranormal investigate, I don't really agree with those groups that do that, because to me that's completely against the entirety of what paranormal investigating is as of right now in this moment. It's completely supposed to be by donations or just by providing the investigation for free. And I don't agree with groups that charge, especially I've seen a couple of groups that actually charge a lot. I'm totally against that, because until it is solidified as like even a government recognized thing where we can get paid. Kisses and cosmetics with Ceci. Oh, hey, Ceci! Hi! Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. Oh, thank you, Ceci. I miss you. Yeah, I'm really definitely into providing paranormal, and I'm glad you caught my live too. This is my first time doing live on YouTube. This is insane. But yeah, I'm just definitely more into that until like it becomes a government recognized thing where we can actually be paid through like, you know, like some kind of funded means of like, oh, what is that? When it's like some kind of a company like that owns over you, so that way it's like you're providing certain services and everything that do come at a charge, but it's not just that solely alone that pays you. So that way it's like you're still not necessarily charging people for investigations, but it's like more so charging businesses that want paranormal investigations. So that's my personal goal, because I don't ever feel like when it comes to somebody's personal residence that they should ever have to pay for a paranormal investigation, because that's their place of living. That's scary when there's something in your house and you don't know what, and there's nothing that you know of what to do to get rid of it, and it's causing turmoil or whatnot. And well, thank you. Yeah, I'm really wanting right now, I just want my group to be very community based. So everybody that's going to be joining my group from here on out, I'm going to be teaching them the very basics. And there's even a facility that we're going to be using as like a training spot, because it is a very well-known haunted spot that a friend of mine who is also part of my group, she's going to be allowing us to use that facility since she runs it and everything there. So she's allowing us to use that for training, and I'll be able to actually really teach people what it means to truly paranormal investigate. Now, why am I doing this is a whole nother thing. I really got the passion for it this year, but this is actually something I've always really wanted to do. I just never had the guts to go about creating a group myself and like being a founder of something where I'm like the main lead. I never felt that I was worthy of some kind of title, so it's a little weird for me still. But yeah, I got over it, and I've started the group. We have a name, and we have people ready for the first official meeting, and I'm so excited for it. But my biggest thing that got me to do this was because of BuzzFeed. Not putting any hate or shade or anything on BuzzFeed, but their paranormal unsolved series of, you know, going under the question of, are ghosts real? I really hated it. Oh, I hated it so much. And it's not necessarily their fault. It was Shane and Ryan of BuzzFeed, and I do on a level appreciate as to what they were doing and their intent behind everything. Oh, thank you, Ceci. Yeah, it's definitely more of like their way of executing it. The way that they executed it was kind of tasteless in my opinion. They didn't have any training or any real education on a proper paranormal investigation. That was very close. I don't know if you guys saw any kind of light, but that was a lightning strike that was just right in front of me. I'm waiting for that thunder, because that looked very close. Anyway, very bad connection. No! I hope I have good connection. Yeah, like I said, the BuzzFeed Unsolved series for the whole paranormal thing, it was good intentions. Good intentions. that's a mix of thunder and an airplane. So if you heard that, that's what that was. The lightning was a lot further away than I thought, which is a good thing. But they didn't have any, like I said, they didn't have any prior true training or education on paranormal investigating. So their EVP sessions were horrible. I was just like, oh my God, they're not asking the right questions. They're not going about it in the right way, in the sense of there's levels of questions that you start with, and you level up from there when it comes to a proper EVP session. And there's also ways of, like, you scour the place, whether it's a residence, an open area, or even a place of business, open area, place of residence, wherever it may be. You scour the area first for EMF fields, because EMF fields cause anything from paranoia, hysteria, to like body rashes, stomach aches. I think even one of the most extreme things is show 'em how to do right. Yeah. I'm sorry. But yeah. You have to scour the area first for any EMF fields because of those things that it can cause. I was saying, yeah, the most extreme thing that it can cause is vomiting too. And I've actually experienced my own sensitivity with EMF fields in a paranormal investigation myself years ago. Oh, Amanda, you're so sweet. Thank you for joining the live stream. Thank you. Even in an open field area, there could be underground wiring or anything just that you don't even know that could be there underground wise, or even above ground. If there's lights around a park, you could think that it's an open area, but there could be stuff underground that could cause EMF fields, which can affect a paranormal investigation. So it's just like, it's basics like that you learn through training as a paranormal investigator that the BuzzFeed Unsolved series, they didn't do. And they could have done it off screen, but they didn't mention anything about being previously trained, that they know what they're doing, or that they even have a paranormal investigator that they can rely on when it comes to certain information that they get a hold of, whether it be an EVP or some kind of anomaly in a video. They just didn't. They were doing it completely on their own, which some paranormal groups do actually start that way, but definitely not all. And a lot of the times it's, you already go through those trials and errors before, like on your own, whether you're training yourself, just learning as you go, before either creating your own group or joining another group. But to just kind of jump in it the way that they did without really any training or education, it got under my skin so bad that it caused like this fire within me to create my own group that was very educational based. And it's all about teaching everybody everything, like all the different tools that go along with paranormal investigating, all the different things that you can do in a paranormal investigation at any location. I mean, of course, if it's at a residence or a place of business, you definitely want the owner's approvals and everything. And like, there's a lot of, English is failing me today. Okay. A lot of law situations. Stop it with the notifications, phone. Yes, I know. I'm sorry. So yeah, there's things when it comes to authority and law that you need to know beforehand before just jumping into an investigation. And I feel like that this kind of glorified thrill seeking, which again is very damaging to paranormal investigations and paranormal investigators, investigation groups, just paranormal investigating itself. It can be very damaging to it because of that whole thin line between, I will admit it is a thin line between thrill seeking and paranormal investigations. Now, the thin line is definitely on an outside point of view. If you don't really know the difference between the two, it seems like a very thin line between thrill seeking and paranormal investigating. in actuality, when you learn more about paranormal investigating, I'm saying that word a lot. I should make this a drinking game and get people smashed. It's actually a much thicker line than it really is. But again, if you don't really know anything about it, it's literally just going to be a very thin line. When I come visit, we can do something paranormal together. I would love that. I would actually love for you to come to one of my paranormal meetings, so you can kind of see like how I'm running things and everything, and like answer any questions that you may have regarding paranormal investigations, and maybe have you come along with an investigation. And the rain is actually starting to pick up, so I'm gonna quickly move. So please hold while I get somewhere a little drier. Here we go. Okay. Much better. A lot drier over here because I was getting quite a lot of mist from the splattering of the rain. Oh yay! I am full of useless information, except when it comes to paranormal investigating. Again, English is failing me today. When it comes to paranormal investigating, I actually do know quite a lot, because I've been doing it, as far as like with a group, I've been paranormal investigating for over 8 years. When it comes to the paranormal itself, I've known a lot about it since I was very young, because I've seen things, and my parents kind of treated me a little special because I could see things, which made me feel even weirder as a child, and I didn't have any friends as it was, so it was just like, great, I'm special, and I'm special in a way that creeps other people out. This is nice. Oh, it's so beautiful out. I'm sorry. I know I should go inside where you guys could probably hear me a little bit better, but I love the rain. Born and raised in Vegas, we don't get much rain, and it's raining right now. I'm enjoying this. So, hi, Dad.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Don't be sorry. He was letting my doggy out. Saki, say hi to the live stream. Say hi to YouTube. Say hi, YouTube. This is my dog, Sakura. She actually came with that name, even though it was my nickname since I was 11. The family that had her, they already named her Sakura, and I told my mom it's meant to be. So we ended up getting her. Yes? Hi. Yes, it's actually picked up, which is why I'm over here. Say hi, Mom. Say hi to YouTube. You missed it earlier. You should go on my Instagram and see what she did, because she was trying to avoid the camera so much. She went out of her way. It was awesome. But anyway, oh, poor Sakura. She doesn't like to go out in the rain to go potty, but she has to. And right now she's just soaking up some loves. She's just soaking up loves. But yeah, she's an old girl. She's 10 years old now. Yeah, back onto the talk of paranormal. I love educating other people on paranormal, because especially skeptics, I'm just like, oh, please join my group. Please join my group. I love skeptics. So many people would think that paranormal investigators hate skeptics. We love skeptics, because we love to throw them into haunted places and see what happens to them. Not literally. I'm totally, well, kind of joking. As long as it's within their consent, we love to bring them on investigations where we know a location is haunted, especially, and just have them experience this stuff for themselves and have them come out of it having a different viewpoint or whatnot, because definitely when it comes to paranormal, you have to experience it for yourself. If you don't experience it for yourself, I'd say about like 8 times out of 10, a person would just not believe it. So, sorry, I just got a little notification that I had bad connection, and it just quickly went away, so sorry about that. But anyway, yeah, it's a really fun thing to have skeptics involved, especially during evidence review. Evidence review is a very boring, very tedious process, but it's so necessary. And I love to have a skeptic a part of that, because they see that, like, it's very passionate based. If you're not passionate about it, if you have no any kind of urgency or like desire to really be there, you're not going to want to go through that. And yeah, so it's very necessary to have skeptics be a part of that, because then also when there is evidence there, like they can hear it for themselves. And especially if they've been a part of that particular investigation, and then they hear something in the evidence review, they can sit there and put two and two together of like, I didn't hear that. I recall that moment. None of that happened. Maybe there is something there. And it's like when that little bell starts ringing in their head and you can see it, that's where the fun begins, because that's when like a whole new world opens up for them. Sorry, the camera is shaky. I'm holding it with my hand, so I'm trying. Oh God, and I'm doing horribly. Okay, here, I'll rest my arm. There we go. Oh, a little bit more steady. But yeah, so we're 20 minutes into this video. I only have about like maybe 15 more minutes because I have plans with my daughters tonight, and I'm not going to bail on them because it is raining, it is beautiful, so I have plans for popcorn, and we're going to watch Hocus Pocus, so I'm really excited for that. But yeah, I definitely want to do more live streams here on YouTube. I've been doing live streams on Instagram. If you follow me there, you've probably seen them. So now that I know I can get my phone to work with YouTube, because that's been like the biggest problem, is like the permissions, go into settings to allow permissions, blah blah blah. My phone would glitch and it just wouldn't let me, and I found like a roundabout way to get through it. I don't use Instagram much. You know, Sassy, I've noticed you're active on Facebook, but you're not. Yeah, this is awesome. I totally agree. I'm actually really liking that this is working. Yay! I could do live streams on YouTube. I do really, actually, since I am here on YouTube. Woohoo! That was a lot of lightning. While I'm here on YouTube, I do want to say thank you to everybody who is a new subscriber and has joined my channel. I'm already like getting surpassed 840 subscribers, which is mind-blowing to me, considering that it would take like at least a year for me to reach each 100 mark, and within a couple months I went from 700 to 800. Ooh, there's the thunder. Oh, it sounds so pretty. More. Yeah, I'm weird. I'm sorry. It's just who I am. This is why I am an outcast of outcasts. What was that? I got a very weird notification. Just keep pushing. I'm proud of you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Ceci. You know, my channel has just been growing without me doing very much at all, and I'm eyeballing the umbrella because the wind started blowing. I'm gonna have to crank that in. Here, you know what? I'm gonna do that, and you guys can watch me make a fool of myself. Here we go. I'm gonna go crank that in. I'll be right back. Wrong way. Oh, it's getting wet. Well, my back is soaked. That was fun. But hey, I did an important thing, because if that thing went flying, it could have gone into somebody's window or hurt somebody's animal that was outside, and I did not want that to happen. So, my arm is soaked too. Worth it. Hashtag worth it. I'm sorry. So, yes, I want to just say thank you to everybody who's been joining my channel. I apologize for how I am. I'm weird, and I'm sorry, and it's been really hard summer for me. It's been really hard past couple months. Trying to find the time to sit down in front of a camera and record has been very difficult, so that's why, you know, live streaming is so nice. It's so nice. It's so quick. I don't have to edit, even though I probably should, because I probably sound like a complete fool. It's so nice. And I'm just thankful that I can do this, and thankful for technology and first world problems and stuff. It's great. It's really great. And yeah, I'm just very grateful for this. I'm very grateful for this opportunity that my channel is growing and everything. And I have so much stuff planned, but it's just been hard, like I said, to find the time to record. I broke my camera a couple weeks ago. My super nice, really awesome camera. I broke it, and that's been the biggest heartache and struggle and everything. Is my boyfriend has been letting me use his camera, which is it's a DJI Osmo. I love it. It's nice, but it's got a handheld situation that makes it difficult to like prop up on into anything, and I can't like connect it to my tripod. And so when it comes to like the usual kind of standing videos that I like to do, so I can demonstrate makeup, or I can just talk with my hands, as I always do, because I'm just weird like that. Anyway, more lightning. Use a bag of rice. A bag of rice as like a tripod situation? That actually kind of makes some sense. Like actually rice in like a jar to stick the handle in. Oh yeah. Well, thank you, Pearl. I will actually definitely start looking into that, because we have a lot of rice in this house, because I like rice. And thank you. And yeah, I have plenty of jars and everything that I could just put that in, see if that'll work. I also have like a lot of beads and rocks and everything. So hello, Perp, thank you for joining. There's people actually joining. It's awesome. This is great. Love YouTube. Frickin' A. So what do I mean by paranormal? Paranormal is, well, it's paranormal, so it's like the opposite of normal. It's things to do with the abnormal side of reality, where it's spirits or UFOs or Sasquatch or things like that. I tend to specify in spirits. I have been paranormal investigating for over 8 years, and I've recently started my own group here locally. Yes, anything outside the norm spectrum. How do I make ghosts happen? You just don't. You don't want ghosts. You never, it's actually a big rule of thumb. You never invite ghosts into your home, because it delves on a whole thing of like, when you're inviting something in, you don't know exactly what that is. It can be more of a demonic spirit, and it's sorry, I shouldn't laugh. It's okay, Pearl. I'm kind of laughing too, because I've been asked that before actually, and I just kind of stare at people like, hi, Baked Alaska. And I didn't even say hi to you, Colonel Keen. Colonel Clean, I'm sorry. Baked Alaska, do I know who you are? You know, your name sounds very familiar. I think I know who you are. I used an Ouija board to play some dumb game with a friend. My house has no power. What happened? Your house probably just doesn't have power. So well, okay, so to make ghosts happen, ghost shit in my crib, what do I do? Tyrone Jackson, my biggest suggestion to you is to burn a lot of sage. You want to take it to all the corners of your house and save your doorways for last. Sorry, there is a storm going on, so there will be flashes of lightning, and you'll hear rain and everything too. But yeah, so when it comes to cleaning out a ghost or something, you first want to burn sage. You can get white sage either at a psychic shop or at Whole Foods. Sage is too expensive. No, You cannot use pine sap. No, sage, actually, it depends on how much you get. Yeah, there are a lot of trolls all of a sudden. So, I'm gonna have quite a lot of blocking to do. So... Well, I'm doing this on my phone, so unfortunately it's allowing people on that I normally would not allow, so I will definitely be taking care of that, because this is insane. When it comes to getting rid of spirits in your house, though, you definitely do want to burn sage, and if that doesn't work, how much sage? They come in bundles. It's not necessarily like ounce-wise. They come in bundles. They're either small or large, and you just want to burn it as long as it can burn to, you go all through the corners of your house. And no, you will not. I'm gonna see what I can do here. Oh, yay. Blocked. Okay, so just to let you guys know, I already blocked Baked Alaska. Don't even know who the fuck he is. I think I've heard of him before. I don't think it's the same person, though. I think it's just some troll. Mommy? Yeah, we can celebrate. He's blocked. Yes. Hey, no, you need to go inside. You can sit there as long as you're quiet.
No, you move these.
I don't know. I don't even know why, like, if it is, like, the actual, like, person or whatnot. I don't know why he would be on here. I'm a very small channel. It makes no sense. It just shows what a sad little life he leaves. So, but, in any case, let's go ahead on to brighter subjects. Is that the ghost of the dead child you summoned? No, it's my daughter. I have children. I am a mother. So anyway, I really hope that this comment section kind of calms down a bit, because I will block people if it gets out of control. Okay, you're blocked. 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 That is so easy. I love it. Hi from Michigan. Hi! It's raining here. I hope you're having, better weather than we are, but I love it here. Well, I love the weather here. I love the weather. Sorry. It's just a lot of comments to go through. I could see where, like, people get a little overwhelmed when the comments start going.
Mommy,
I'm Australian, by the way. I kind of feel rude because the weather is nice here and it's stormy for you. No, I love stormy weather. I really love stormy weather. No.
Look, that's my
Hey,
crib.
child.
Look.
Play your game.
Look, that's
What?
my crib, my
Yes.
baby, I'm
Yes.
the baby.
Yes. My child has to express herself. It's... Another person blocked. Another person blocked. Where the fuck are these idiots coming from? I mean, seriously, I'm sorry to cuss on here, but seriously, this is getting obnoxious. It's like, God, get a life, get outdoors, go do something with yourself. Why are you on a small channel causing problems? Anyway, yeah. Proper way to sage is to actually go through... I'll block you again, Tyrone. So anyway, yeah. Properly sage is by going through each corner of your house. Going through your house and saging each four corners, well, not four corners, every corner of your house, and you want to save your doorways for last, and it's kind of a way of pushing that negative energy out of your house. So, you hear a helicopter? Yeah, there's a lot of helicopters. there's gonna be helicopters around all the time. So, hold on one second. Let me see. Is there something I can do here? Oh, yes. I'm gonna mute real quick just because I gotta get my daughter back inside because she's being a pain in my butt, as children are, for their parents. So, hold on one second. I'll get back and start answering questions. And again, I will block you again before I... Okay, sorry for muting for a moment. Yeah, seriously. Oh, you want me to get the door for you, child? Okay, I'll get the door for you. So, yeah, it's definitely a symbolic situation where when you... Shoot, Tyrone, yeah. Which is funny, I have,
Alright, that's going away. That's going back into that.
Oh boy,
corner.
hold on real quick.
Okay?
Hold on real quick. Okay, sorry, I forgot how to unmute for a second. My daughter fell when she walked inside, so I had to make sure she was okay. But she's fine. She got back up. She's off running, as always. So, anyway, I don't know what's really going on in the comments right now, but I hope it kind of clears itself out. So anyway, it's a very symbolic situation where you want to hack to... Oh. Well, Pearl, real quick, just to let you know. Well, that's... Definitely want to reset your passwords. If they were able to hack that quickly, that's not okay for people to hack. That's really not okay. Hacking it's a very shitty low-life thing to do. To hack. That's just my personal opinion. So anyway. Whenever saging actually doesn't work in a house, you have to resort definitely more towards using salts, and there's different colored salts for different things, and it does involve a lot of research and everything. And then you also have to like burn sage with cedar, and there's also like a specific type of a holy wood. I can't really remember what it's called, but there's a type of wood stick that you can burn that also helps everything. Salt rings, yes, are definitely oh, just clone your account. Hold on. Let me see what I can do here. Okay. Hopefully I blocked the right one, Pearl. So... hopefully, let's see what's going on. Well, I went back onto the, I went back to the comment that had the N-word on it, and that's the one that I blocked. So that way I wouldn't pick the wrong one. So hopefully that fixed the situation. and only time will tell. So I am sorry for the situation going on in the chat room. This is my very first time live streaming on YouTube, and I can see why a lot of YouTubers don't do it. It is quite crazy and insane. The amount of trolling that goes on. God damn. This is just insane. My very first live stream, and it's this crazy. Yay! Okay, I hope so. I hope so. I hope you're the right Pearl. Oh, really? Ah, well, shit. Hope there's a way I can fix that, because that's a little bullshitty. But, is there any way you guys can report that for me? I mean, I appreciate that you guys are here, you guys that are being nice and everything. But if there's a way that you guys can report that for me, I would greatly appreciate that, because I am on my phone and I can't necessarily do that right now. So, like I said, if you guys could do that, I'd really greatly appreciate it. Yeah, I just wanted to come on here and talk paranormal and talk ghosts and stuff, and I'm like being punished for it. It's not even fair. Yes, okay. All right. Okay, good. I'm glad the right Pearl is here, because Pearl is nice. Yeah, it's God, this went from talking paranormal to like crazy insane crap. Yeah, apparently. Seen a small channel control. Ooh, that was some very bright lightning. So yeah, I seriously, when I very first started here on YouTube, I was actually doing a single mom vlog series. That was thunder. Okay, sorry, I love the sound of thunder. I was just doing a very small single mother vlog series, and I got trolled so hard. Like, people were hounding me. They were telling me I wasn't old enough to be a mother, and I'm just like, you don't even know how old I am. Like, you can't say that. And they were just like, no, I can tell from the way you talk and the way you look. You're too young and blah, blah, blah. You need to get off of here. And I'm just like, when did, like, being a mother meant that you had to look and talk a certain way? Like, as far as I'm concerned, I've never judged anybody like that. And whenever I met somebody who was a young mother or an older mother who looked young, I never judged them. And it's just weird and beyond me. I can't comprehend that level of self-hatred to just judge others. It's the dark forces. It seems like the dark forces that are out to get me. Maybe I should have saged before doing a live stream. Almost 37, wow. I am actually 28, and when I don't do such heavy makeup, I do like a lot lighter makeup. I've actually been confused for a high schooler, and I'm just like people thought that my daughters were my siblings, and they're just like, oh, do you want to apply for this? It's an after-school program that you can join. You just got to go through your school. And I'm like, I haven't been to school in 8 years, or 10 years. Not 8 years, 10 years. I'm like, leave me alone. Like, thank you for the compliment, but it's a little far-fetched for me. But good genetics, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't see it. To me, I see all the fine lines. I see all the wrinkles. I feel like I look like my age, but I do get complimented a lot for looking young, and so I do graciously accept and thank people who compliment me like that. I'm just very awkward. I do not, oh shoot, I blocked the wrong person. I thought that was the, Tyrone person. Okay, good, I unblocked them. Antiseptic on Twitter. What? Jesus Christ. I'm a nobody. Why is this happening to me? Nobody gives a shit about me. I do not care of what color, race, religion you are. As long as you're nice, I'm nice. That is all I care about. Like, that, just love each other. That's all that matters to me. That I am not a hateful person. The only person that I think I could ever really hate, really, to be quite honest, is it's an actual person that I know, and it's only because that they're just not very nice to me, no matter what I do. It's because you have white privilege. Sorry, that was a phone call. It's because you have white privilege. We teaching you a lesson. No, I don't have white privilege. I never said anything of that. I'm on here talking paranormal. I am on here talking paranormal investigating. I don't care if you're white, black, brown, any color, any race, religion. It doesn't matter to me. As long as you're a good person and you do good in the world, that is all that matters to me. I don't judge anybody for anything. I really don't. My ex-husband is Filipino. I've had a boyfriend who was Cuban. I don't care about race or religion. Yeah, even if you're green, I don't judge. I don't care. It's a matter of just spreading positivity in the world. It's not a matter of race or religion or even like, oh, lifestyle. It's like, as long as you're not causing harm to yourself and others, then by all means, live happily, do what you want in life, follow your passions. That's how I've been raised. That's how I live. I mean, our mailman is a black man, and we always greet him happily and saying you're a colorblind race. Oh, wow. I am not a Nazi. I'm not anything of any of that. I think about someone who has your name is spouting the N-word. You know, I never use the N-word in my entire life. I hate that word. I hate that it's become such a widely talked about word right now. It's awful. Yeah, seriously. Barnes Noble. I just don't understand. I really don't understand. I don't... why are people like this in the world? I will never understand. I really, truly don't understand white supremacy. I truly don't understand neo-Nazis. I truly don't understand the Holocaust and things that happen. Thank you. Yeah, I'm like... I'm also wearing a waist trainer, so it's like already making it hard to breathe. And I'm going to probably have a cigarette here because I'm so stressed. So I apologize if I do whip out a cigarette to smoke. I normally would never smoke on my YouTube channel, but oh my god, this level of stress. Because I've done nothing but live a very non-judgmental life. And it's actually an argument that I got into with my boyfriend very recently. I told him that I truly live without judgment. I've known strippers, I've known hookers, I've known drug dealers, I've known drug users. I've had family members who were drug users. I've known so many people in my life of all backgrounds, of all kinds, and I would never judge them for anything. And I'm not a hooker. I've never stripped. I've never done any of that. I'm born and raised in Las Vegas, and I've never done that, but I've known people who are strippers. I've known people who are hookers. I've known people who just did topless shows. Yes, I have. I've dated a person of color when I was actually in elementary school. He was one of my first boyfriends. His name was Richard, and he was very nice to me, and I actually dated another man of color when I was in middle school, And he was very good to me as well. He was very kind, but we just went separate ways, and it was nothing of that. You're not a stripper. Why are you wearing a choker then? Because I can. You burn the coal, you pay the toll. What does that even mean? I wear a choker because I like to be gothic. I like the gothic lifestyle. I don't wear a choker because I'm a stripper or anything like that. Oh, dear Lord. Thank you, Zorm. That is exactly how I am. I just care about people's feelings. I care about what people put out in the world. I don't care about skin color or religions. I actually know so much about religions because I was raised to be very aware of all the religions in the world. So I know a lot about quite a few religions. And we don't want you back. That's fine. I mean, do you? It's not about me. Anyway, Tyrell, I got ghosts. What do I do? Okay. Back onto the whole paranormal subject, please. Okay. That is my vice. That is what I know. It is paranormal. So let's please get back on track. And I'm definitely going to have a cigarette here. So I went over this actually earlier. When you have a spirit or some kind of unknown entity in your house, first thing you want to do is sage. You can get white sage at Whole Foods, or most grocery stores carry white sage. I'm losing my speech because I'm so flustered. Okay. So, yeah, okay. You want to take sage, and you can either get like a small bundle or a large wand of sage. And really, if you feel like you need the sage for long term, I do recommend getting the longer, large wand of white sage. Why has it got to be white sage? Because it is. It just is. It's labeled as white sage. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Like, seriously. Oh my God. It is called white sage because it is to bring... It's part of the Native American history of burning white sage as part of a cleansing ritual to clean out negative energy out of your house. You can look it up on Google. You know, instead of being on here harassing me, you could be on Google doing some research. So, how about that? I don't even know if there's black sage. I'm sure there is. I've heard of it. I don't know if it really exists. I do know that there's regular sage, and that's usually what people use for cooking, is regular sage. White sage is usually what's dried out and used for cleansings. Do you cleanse clockwise when you use sage? That's actually a very good question. Thank you. Vomitus Maelstrom. I hope I said that right. That is a very excellent question. When it comes to doing clockwise or counterclockwise, yes, it is a lot better if you do it clockwise through your house. You hit all the corners of your house. They say the main 4 corners of your house, but let's be real, hardly any house just has straight up 4 corners. So if you have just straight 4 corners, that's fine. You can do that. If you don't and you have like an oddly shaped house, just go clockwise in every corner of your house, and you want to save your doorways for last, and it's a very symbolic way of pushing out any of the negative energies that could be residing in your house. And what I tend to do as well is I let the sage also burn for a while afterwards, just to kind of help engulf the house in that smoke. Zorm, what is the best way to communicate with paranormal spirits safely to see what they are up to? There's many ways. You can do it with a K2 meter, which is a lit up way of doing the communications where it lights up. There's also like, yes, an EVP session, thank you Pearl, which is just an audio recorder where you ask questions and you give a certain length of time, so that way there can be any way of a response or something. You can also do knocking. There's a knocking method of like 1 knock for no, 2 knocks for yes, or whichever way that you're comfortable with. There's also a flashlight method where you unscrew the top of the flashlight barely to where it'll turn off and turn on by a slight touch. You let it sit there by itself, and you ask yes or no questions. Of course, you explain what you want the spirit to do, which is turn the flashlight on for an answer of yes or no, or leave it off for an answer of no. So there, like I said, there's many different ways. There's even a spirit box, and a spirit box is basically something that constantly flips through radio channels, and it allows like a white noise effect to allow the spirit to come through the spirit box to communicate. The only thing I personally don't like about that is that it can actually be debunked as just a radio station coming through of an actual steady voice. No, I do not have a spirit box. I would love to have one, but it's not necessarily a priority for me. I personally would like to get a FLIR camera, and a FLIR camera is a thermal camera that just records off of heat, and also heat and coldness. Well then, Tyrell, you are gone. So anyway, this is for education. So if you're not here to be educated by paranormal stuff and paranormal investigating, then please leave, because that's what we're talking about here. Now I saw the comments already disappeared, but I saw, do you have a prayer feather? No, I don't. I'm actually not necessarily pagan, nor, why did you block the black guy? Because he insulted me. He called me a bitch. So I blocked him. I don't stand for that. Again, it goes into that whole thing of being kind to others. If you're not kind to me, there's no reason why I should be kind to you. And, you know, he's caused enough stress on me throughout this entire thing. And I've been on here for almost an hour. So, excuse me. So, anyway, back on subject. A prayer feather to help with the sage. You don't necessarily need a prayer feather to help move the smoke of the sage. You can, and absolutely it does help part of the ceremony, because again, it goes into the whole Native American practices of how they would burn the sage, which was with a prayer feather. And it does kind of help solidify the whole purity of like pushing out the negative energy and allowing the good energy in. So it does help to have a prayer feather, but you don't necessarily need it. You can just move the smoke with your hands. It's best to sage yourself first, which is actually when you sage a person, it's actually called smudging. But you smudge yourself, and then that is when you start saging your house. So that way you have been cleansed and purified, and then you can go ahead on with the cleansing of your place or place of business, or wherever it may be. Now, in a case where that doesn't work, I couldn't understand that, and I'm sorry. I've been investigating for over 8 years. Thank you, Barnes Noble. Which, by the way, the Barnes & Noble store, I used to love that place. I was very sad when they closed. But I've been paranormal investigating for over 8 years. I've known about the paranormal, though, since I was very young. I've had experiences as young as 4 years old. So for future reference, is it actually possible to be possessed, or is that a myth story? Okay, my personal belief, so you can take this with a grain of salt. You don't even have to listen to me when it comes to this if you don't want to. But my personal belief when it comes to possessing is when you actually invite and allow something in you. Now, this can be disproved by my own personal experience. If you go on my channel, I have a video called My Worst Paranormal Experience. And that was actually where I was confronted with a demon in an out-of-body experience. And that was like the scariest moment of my life. And I didn't understand the gravity of it until much later, after having the experience and discussing it with other people. So I do now start to believe that there are probably some instances where it's not necessarily an invited situation, but I do feel that it is incredibly rare, just due to the fact that a lot of the times when people do become possessed, like Zach Bagans of Ghost Adventures, he actually does invite them. He allows them to come into him, and I don't agree with that. I never suggest for anybody to ever do that, because you don't know what you're dealing with. What separates a spirit from a demon is that a spirit has been in a human bodily form, whereas a demon has never been in a human form. So they take the form of an animal or a young child to lure in adults or other people so they can take hold. Now, I have so many theories on it that I haven't even really been able to experiment myself or with anybody who would be willing to, and I would never put anybody through that. I wouldn't even put myself through that. I do, however, want to learn about performing exorcisms and everything, and I have actually a couple of friends from a previous paranormal group where we were asked if we knew how to perform exorcisms, and the leader of the group at that time, he actually knew how to perform exorcisms, and so I've asked him to teach me, but he doesn't feel right in teaching. He feels that you need to go through a church, which actually is the proper way to go. So, I hope that answers that question. So far, I'm really liking where this group is going now, finally. It took a half hour. I'm going to share your channel in a couple of places if you don't mind. See if we can get the ratio of trolls to nice people for next time. Oh, thank you so much, Pearl. That really, truly means a lot to me. Because I don't even know why, in the first place, I was put on this Twitter page that apparently is not a very nice Twitter page. I don't know how that happened in the first place. So, or why. It's just like targeting people who are really completely innocent, and that really hurts the cause when it comes to equality, is when you start targeting innocent people. Yeah, no, I definitely, I actually had an opportunity to create it in a way where I could approve the comments later afterwards, but I decided, that's my mother, I decided to negate that. And now I'm seeing as to why, but I don't want to do that because I want to be able to answer your guys' questions live. But if this keeps up, it might be a problem. So I do see the problem. You know what? That's actually a really good idea. I actually have, we call ourselves a coven, even though I don't consider myself Wiccan or anything. Oh, thank you, Zorm. That was actually very kind of you. Thank you. A lot of it, it's a level of self-hatred that people express out onto others, and that's where that's again where I don't judge. It's just definitely a level of me understanding where they're coming from, and I feel bad for them that they feel like they have to do that. So it sucks, but it's the reality of situations. It's basically like Psychology 101. So, sorry, my child is having a meltdown. Excuse me for one moment. Okay, sorry about that. Am I off of? Yes, I'm off of mute. Okay. No, yeah, Pearl, I really feel bad that happened to you, and especially through my live stream. I'm very sorry that happened. I wish I could put into words my frustration for it. Mud shark? I don't even understand what that means. I've seen that mentioned a couple of times. What? I don't even understand what that term is. Sorry, I'm still working on my cigarette. It went out because it's so humid out here. Coal burner, mud shark, coal burner. I don't understand what those terms are. I'm sorry. Easy to trigger. I'm not easy to trigger. I just don't understand why people come after me when I've done nothing to provoke it. That's just it. My mind can't even wrap around that. So, anyway, this live stream, God, I hope this doesn't end up on Philip DeFranco. Although, I have to say I'm a huge fan of his. So I would actually wouldn't mind that so much. But they get a rise from getting people an emotional response from people. Yeah, see, and that's where it's like it hurts the cause. If the cause is out to, yeah, exactly. Thank you, Zorn. Oh, he had his baby last night. Oh my God, how wonderful. Oh, I'm sure he's super happy. I haven't even been able to keep up with him on Twitter or Instagram because I've been super busy myself. But yeah, no, I love Philip DeFranco. But no, yeah, no, Dan, the Oracle, I know you're not necessarily trolling, but I mean, you know, the terms that are being used, I don't understand them, and I hope that, you know, we can kind of keep this peace train going, because I hate having to block so many people on my first live stream because of the level of insanity that has happened. So, again, I'm so glad that we're able to get back on track and everything, because I just wanted to come on here and talk about ghosts and stuff. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. I just want to talk about ghosts. Chugga chugga whoop whoop, peace train! Yay! Cat Stevens. You know, I love Cat Stevens. I grew up listening to him, and Peace Train was actually one of my favorite songs as a kid. Okay, so, are you asking, Pearl, about, like, me personally, as far as, like, paranormal activity happening to me? I'm gonna, like, brave the rain real quick, because I have to get my bucket where I put my cigarette butts out. I got my bucket. Okay. In general, and you as well. Okay, so in general, I actually know quite a lot of people who have paranormal situations going on in their homes, and they have actually been saying that, like, weird stuff has been happening to them, and oh, what's the word? Simultaneously, weird stuff has been happening to me as well. My house is actually haunted. There was an old man that lived here before us. We moved here when I was like 4. I actually have a theory that it is something to do with the time of year. Although during the summer, normally I notice a calm, and then during the winter is usually when I notice a lot of activity. But it's been the opposite lately. It's been like summer has been super active, and then the winter's been really calm. Actually, no, not even then. Like in the winter, like there's still activity going. So I don't really know. I don't understand what's going on. But yeah, the emotional climate. Yeah, it's definitely strange. I mean, a lot of weird things were happening in my house, in my room specifically, where the old man died. He had cancer and he died here, and I think he died in my room, where I stay now, and it's really weird. Some of the stuff that happens, I will hear my own doors that go to my bathroom, I will hear them open and shut even though they're not moving, and I will hear footsteps come into my room. And I'm sitting there, I'm not even like laying down, I'm sitting up, and I'm hearing the footsteps as if they're right in front of me and there's nothing there. And it does kind of give me a little bit of a chill, and it does make me a little bit more unsettled than it would in a paranormal investigation because it's at my house. But the comments faded quicker than I could read that. I'll answer that as soon as I can read that again. But yeah, I have like had really crazy stuff happening. Random things that never had a problem with being balanced or anything would just randomly fall, and really strange things would happen too. My mother would think that I was calling her, or that we would hear my father say things, and like he was asleep the whole time, and just really, really weird things have been happening, and it's really unexplainable. So it does kind of go into that cross line of the paranormal realm, but it is very just strange how other people I know that have paranormal problems, they're experiencing similar stuff of increased activity in their homes as well. So I'm actually supposed to be saging, I was supposed to sage a couple weeks ago, but I keep forgetting. So my mom always reminds me, and so I try to remember to sage it, but it does take time, and my dad doesn't like the smell of sage, so I kind of have to wait for him to be okay with it before I can, because I do live with my folks, because like I said, I have 2 kids of my own. I do have a boyfriend, but we don't live together as of yet. But yeah, so I do live at home with my parents, so that way I can afford to survive. And I can afford for my kids as well. So it's a hard life. Hard things are going on in our country and everything right now. So, but anyway, that's off subject. Let's get back on subject. And the on subject is the haunted stuff that has been happening. I actually have a couple of paranormal vlogs that I actually have in line for you guys. However, oh, thank you, Pearl. As awkward and weird as this sounds, me and my friends have been seeing eyeball in the dark. It appears to be a ghost of some sort. Whenever it comes to anything that seems completely abnormal, like a giant floating eyeball, there could actually be other explainable reasons to that. There could be EMF fields there, which I've said before, EMF fields actually can cause hallucinations. So you want to take any kind of EMF meter that can read the EMF levels in your home or wherever it is that you're seeing it. So that way you can kind of debunk the way to getting that out of, debunking it as like, okay, it's a logical explanation behind it. So definitely you want to do that. And then, as long as you feel uncomfortable, definitely want to sage. Do whatever you can to help yourself feel more comfortable and wherever it is that you're seeing it. So I hope that helps. When it comes to something as abnormal as that, that to me sounds very much like an EMF field causing hallucinations, because again, that is a side effect, and there's way more side effects to it. There's even like vomiting, body rashes, all kinds of things. I personally have gotten headaches from EMF fields. All I did was stick my head in a closet once, and my head just instantly started pounding, and sure enough, I put a meter in there and it was off the charts. So definitely want to get yourself some kind of a meter that can read those levels for you so you can know. I hope that helps. Okay, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and start closing this because it's been where do you get a meter? You can look for them online. They sell them on eBay. I think they even sell them on Amazon. I am located in Las Vegas, Nevada. So if you're ever in Las Vegas and you want to say hi, just let me know and we'll say hi. Maybe take a selfie together. But yeah, so this live stream has been interesting and quite educational. Monahans, Texas. I hope that's nowhere near where the Hurricane Harvey was. Ooh. Holy cow, that was a lot of lightning. Okay, I think that is my cue for me to go, though. That's the western side. Okay, that's good. So, yeah, like I said, I'm going to get going. This whole live stream, I appreciate you guys who have been so sweet and kind to me. Thank you so much for sticking it out and being just so supportive and everything. You guys are just absolutely awesome. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Zorm. Oh, that means a lot to me. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Okay, I will be doing live streams more often, so I will definitely be looking into mods and everything for the live stream so that we don't have to deal with this troll situation again. I love you guys so much, and as always, yin yang is balance. Balance lies within yourself. I love you guys. Thank you again. I can't express how grateful I am. Have a great night. Bye!